Right now on the CBS3 News at 6, jury selection is back on track. We bring you the latest on the murder trial of the officer charged with killing George Floyd. Plus, a teenager is dead and a man wounded after a shooting in Minneapolis. How it all unfolded. And more Minnesotans will soon be eligible for the COVID vaccine. The groups of people who now qualify.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening. I'm John Cardinale. Thanks for joining us. Kristen is off tonight. After a one-day delay, jury selection started today in the trial of Derek Chauvin, the former Minneapolis police officer who is charged with the murder of George Floyd. Camila Bernal breaks down the details from the courtroom.
Good morning, members of the jury panel.
Derek Chauvin, wearing a gray suit and black mask, sits next to his defense attorney taking notes as potential jurors for his trial are questioned.
Did you see a video of Mr. Floyd being arrested by the Minneapolis Police Department?
Oh, yes.
Video of George Floyd's arrest shows Chauvin, then a Minneapolis police officer, with his knee on Floyd's neck for nearly 8 minutes. Floyd's death led to widespread protests against police brutality and racism. Chauvin was fired and charged with second-degree unintentional murder and second-degree manslaughter, to which he has pleaded not guilty.
However, during trial, charges in the normal course might be added to or subtracted from these charges.
This including a charge of third-degree murder that the prosecution hopes to get reinstated. The defense filing a petition with the state Supreme Court to keep the current charges. But as higher courts work through the charges, the trial judge and lawyers attempt to find impartial jurors.
I don't know that I can promise impartiality.
I'm going to excuse you from this case.
You made a decision already.
Yes.
You are released from your jury service.
12 jurors and 4 alternates need to be seated before the trial begins.
Juror number 2, you will be on this jury.
The process is expected to take up to 3 weeks. In Minneapolis, I'm Camila Bernal.
And only one member of Floyd's and Chauvin's families are allowed inside the courtroom due to coronavirus restrictions. A teenager is dead and a man wounded following a shooting late Monday night in South Minneapolis. The Minneapolis Police Department says the shooting happened around 10 p.m. near the intersection of 26th Street East and Cedar Avenue South in the city's Phillips neighborhood. Investigators say 2 groups of people were shooting at each other. However, they don't know the relationship between the 2 groups.
At this time, we are truly in the infancy of this investigation. We don't know if there was any prior relationship.
Responding officers found 2 victims at the scene, a man with non-life-threatening injuries and a gravely wounded teenage boy. The boy died at the scene. Emergency crews brought the other victim to Hennepin Healthcare for treatment. An Orr woman pleaded guilty to stealing more than $300,000 from a Northland casino. 32-year-old Jennifer Buoto was charged with embezzlement and theft of tribal funds. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, she worked as a front desk supervisor at Fortune Bay Casino. Between 2013 and 2019, she issued fake cash refunds nearly 3,000 times, taking the money for herself. She pled guilty today. Her sentencing will be set for a later date. Shifting gears now to weather. Dave joins us. Dave, what's going on out there today?
Well, we're starting to change things around. After a long warm spell with a lot of sunshine, it's getting cloudier, it's going to get cooler, and it's going to get snowier. So we are on guard for what could happen this time tomorrow night into early Thursday morning. Winter storm watch from the Weather Service from about 6 o'clock tomorrow afternoon in through 9 o'clock in the morning on Thursday for a good portion of Minnesota and a good slice of Wisconsin. Upper Peninsula may just get rain from this system as it mixes in rain and snow together. But along the North Shore, that's where we're thinking we're going to get the most snow. It's a pair of low pressure systems approaching the region. The first one is centered more towards North Dakota, and right now its precip is bringing a rain-snow mix to Manitoba and Ontario. But there is Another low down to the southwest that just might be the one that clocks us with an 80 to 90% chance for the precip tomorrow and into Thursday morning. So tonight, mostly cloudy. Wednesday morning, calm before the storm. Wednesday afternoon, that's when the snow chance begins. Sticks around through Thursday morning. How much will it leave? A few inches for a lot of places, and I'll talk about how many inches in more detail later on here in the newscast.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Dave. Starting tomorrow, more than 1.8 million Minnesotans will become eligible for a coronavirus vaccine. Governor Tim Walz announced the expansion this morning after the state reached its goal of vaccinating at least 70% of residents 65 and older. The next two priority groups include people with underlying health conditions and food processing plant workers. While this is a major step, state leaders are still asking seniors and teachers to get vaccinated and for other Minnesotans to wait their turn.
To seniors yet unvaccinated, you are still the top priority. Those educators who want the vaccine and haven't yet got it, you're still the priorities.
And we do ask Minnesotans to continue to be patient, to know now that you have a place in the line and that the line is moving much more quickly.
And the state expects this next step to take several weeks due to the size of these groups. To find out if you're eligible, you can find our web story at CBS3Duluth.com. And as Governor Walz expands vaccine efforts to reach more Minnesotans, organizations helping those with disabilities are eager to connect their clients to a shot. CBS 3's Emma Quinn spoke with officials from ARC Northland on how this is a silver lining during a dark time for the people they help.
Promising. I think, it's really exciting to see that, there's light at the end of this long tunnel.
A light at the end of the tunnel for more than 1.8 million Minnesotans as Governor Walz expands COVID vaccine efforts starting Wednesday.
We are able to move into new groups, individuals with certain underlying health conditions and essential frontline workers.
Those underlying health conditions include sickle cell anemia, Down syndrome, cancer patients undergoing treatment, chronic lung and heart conditions, and those who could be immunocompromised due to organ transplants. The list also includes some essential workers.
Industries such as postal workers, food service workers, grocery stores, public transit.
Officials at ARC Northland, an organization in Duluth serving people with disabilities, say it's exciting seeing progress in vaccine efforts.
It'll open the door for some people. We have a lot of individuals that we work with that have been isolated for, 8 months, 10 months.
But like the general public, it's still a waiting game as not everyone with a disability qualifies for a vaccine yet.
It's not meaning everybody with a disability, and I think there's some confusion around that. So, we're helping individuals learn as we learn about this moving forward and these next steps.
St. Louis County public health officials say as the supply and demand for the vaccine has been steady and 3 different companies' vaccines are being distributed, they're hopeful to get more people vaccinated.
We continue to vaccinate for impact, and this is, another phase of that. And we're moving through the phases more quickly than we anticipated, so it's a really great thing.
You can find a link with more information on how to register for an appointment on our website. With more vaccines coming and cases trending downward, Minnesota's Republican leaders are asking the governor to ease up on the state's COVID restrictions. House Minority Leader Kurt Dott and other GOP members held a press conference today. They called on Governor Walz to allow more people to return to their workplace instead of working from home and lift capacity restrictions on businesses, especially for events like Minnesota Wild hockey games and the upcoming Twins baseball season.
We're simply asking him to follow the data and adjust Minnesota's restrictions to react to the improvements we've seen over the last several weeks.
Walt said today he's expecting to announce guidance for events like the Twins home opener within the next coming days. A Minnesota state rep is reaffirming the state's commitment to mining. Republican Representative Spencer Igo of Grand Rapids introduced a resolution in the State House yesterday. It affirms the House's commitment to encouraging Minnesota's technology and medical companies to use Minnesota-mined minerals when manufacturing products. Igo said it's lawmakers' jobs to support communities by making sure critical mining materials are being used locally and not being outsourced. He said mining in Minnesota adds value to Northland communities with family wage jobs and infrastructure. Minnesota's top education leader is resigning. Mary Catherine Ricker, a Hibbing native, is leaving her post as commissioner of the state's education department. She told Governor Tim Walz she wants to spend more time in the classroom. Today, Walz announced the education department's deputy commissioner Heather Mueller will take over. She spent 24 years in the education field as a teacher, a coach, and in other administrative roles. The change will take effect in April. Wisconsin has a lot of quick trips, more than 400 of them to be exact, and a lacrosse woman has made it her mission to visit every last one of them. Meet Cassandra Berger. The 27-year-old has a self-described unhealthy obsession with the convenience store chain. Her social media accounts are littered with Quick Trip tributes, even an original love song. Quick Trip officials noticed and set her up with an online show of sorts. Berger uses the spotlight to feature challenges like a shopping on a budget.
What I think companies are realizing is that our generation is very creative with videos, photos, whatever it is, and we can reach so many people on our social media platforms. So I think it's a very easy way to get the word out there.
And Berger hopes to take that show to every Quick Trip, and again, there's 400 of them, all around locations in Wisconsin and even in Minnesota. She's got 50 under her belt so far, and she plans to average around 40 to 50 new locations each month. And still to come on live local CBS 3, over the past few days, we've seen warm temps all across the Northland. You shouldn't put your coat away just yet. Find out why next.
Well, today was the last hurrah of the big warm spell. For example, 55 is the high temp in Duluth here. That beat the old record from 1911 by a degree, and at least 2 other towns set record highs today. Well, back towards normal for temperatures tomorrow in conjunction with a low pressure system that's slated to bring some snow to our area. We'll talk about how much and where coming up after the break.
Get local vaccine information all at CBS3Duluth.com.
During Home's preferred customer event, get an extra 10% off sale prices on any purchase, including bedroom, dining room, living room, and more, and free no-contact shipping. Hurry, the preferred customer event ends Wednesday, only at Home Furniture.
Never worry about running out of hot water with a new Richmond water heater from Menards. Richmond has a complete line to suit your needs, like natural gas and LP models, electric water heaters, energy-saving hybrid water heaters, and tankless whole house water heaters. Get your new water heater today and save with 11% off all Richmond water heaters. Get everything you need for your projects and more right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
My name is Dr. Brian Thompson, and I work at the Fairview Masaba Clinic in Nashwauk. There's something special about the Fairview team. We have this incredible drive to help our patients, in addition to knowing many of them personally, and so we get a better sense of what their needs are, both medically and personally. It's hard to describe. It's almost like in the olden days when everyone had a neighborhood doctor. We live in the area, our kids go to the same school, this is our home, and we're here to help.
Fairview Range, we're here.
The world changed in an instant, but at MediaCom, we were ready. And as internet traffic increased, we never slowed down. Schools and businesses went virtual, and we powered a new reality. For more than 20 years, we've been building a future-ready network to keep you ahead of it all. And now, MediaCom will be among the first to take you to 10G. We're making the next giant leap forward in internet technology and taking you further than you can imagine.
The new Kubota LX Series, built with comfort and versatility to outlast any job on the list. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo.
No one serves you better than Lulich Implement.
We can help you at Ketamine North Infusion Center.
In public safety, we see things that sometimes you can't unsee. After these infusions, everything just kind of turned around and I was able to start enjoying things again.
To learn more, give us a call or visit us online.
Now at Home Sleep Express, get no interest financing on any Tempur-Pedic for 6 years. Plus, Home will give you a bonus $300 shopping card, free delivery, setup, and a 120-day comfort guarantee. No interest financing on Tempur-Pedic for 6 years at Home Sleep Express.
Is being challenged by DFL.
The race is on. Learn how Berkey 2021
is safe to be ice fishing on Lake Superior?
New funding is bringing more mental health resources.
Dave Anderson.
How a popular new recreational area is allowed.
Hear how one vaccination clinic in West Duluth is focusing
into the COVID-19 pandemic, and food insecurity is still
new year, new ownership.
To stay up to date with the news and weather that impacts you and your community, join us weekdays for CBS 3 Live at 5. CBS 3 weather is brought to you by St. Luke's. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Temperatures today became the warmest of our long warm spell. 3 towns at least broke records. Let's go in tight and talk about them. International Falls, 63 degrees today, beat the old record from 1977 by 12 degrees. And Duluth's high temp, 55, beat the old record by 1 degree. The previous record's from 1911. And 63 in Ashland was good enough for a fresh record as well. I hear that beat the old one by 3 degrees, although I can't remember what year it happened. I can't remember everything, I guess, but I do remember our snow totals that are potential for tomorrow, and I'll show you those in just a little bit. I'll show you our temperatures as well, which are not going to be that warm. We'll shave about 20 degrees off for tomorrow. Right now, still basking in the warmth of the tail end of the warm spell at 53 degrees at Duluth International. 52% is our relative humidity, and we have a south-southwest wind going 14 miles per hour. That's picking up towards the 20-mile-an-hour range as our storm systems get closer. But the southerly component for the time being will keep the temperatures up. Probably overnight will be warmer than normal. It's tomorrow we threaten to fall closer to normal with the storm system feeding on yesterday's heat and then converting it into next day's cold. Air pressure, 29.77 inches of mercury on the lower side now already as a pair of low pressure systems come aiming for our region. Well, in Waters, Meat, and Ironwood, we're running 52 to 55, and warmer than normal means 55 to 58 degrees here in northwestern Wisconsin. Ashland, the hot spot at 58. Minnesota numbers are in the 40s here by the North Shore and into the lower to mid-50s from Cloquet down towards Moose Lake and the ranges and border country in the 50s as well. I think 30s for our low temps tonight, but only 40s if we're lucky for highs come tomorrow. 2 low pressure systems we're dealing with. The first, just a little bit to the north of the border of Manitoba and North Dakota. We can see that system is bringing some snow to our Canadian provinces to the north and a little bit of rain shower activity as well. For we in the United States, we're just getting clouds at this moment. But that low is backed up by another one with a connecting front, and that's what's bringing us the 80 to 90% chance tomorrow afternoon into Thursday morning for a rain-snow mix. Maybe more rain for the Upper Peninsula, but the mix could be heavier on the snow side for Minnesota and Wisconsin. And so snow totals by early Thursday morning now threaten to look like this. We might top 8 inches in the Twin Ports. The iron ranges could go from about 5 to 8. International Falls, on the other hand, might only manage a ½ inch at best. And Solon Springs might get 3, Ashland 4, 1.5 maybe for Ironwood. So it's a thick stripe down the middle, and it gets lighter on each side of the system and should be gone then by Thursday afternoon. Tonight in Minnesota, mostly cloudy sky with low temps 27 to 38. And cloudy in Wisconsin, Michigan with low temps from 35 to 39. Tomorrow, 90% rain-snow mixed chance in Michigan and Wisconsin. Highs low to mid-40s. 80% chance for the precip in Minnesota. Highs 37 to 42. So we could get hit hard in some towns, but we get hit quickly. By Thursday, it calms down. Partial sunshine by the afternoon, and we fall our high temps into the 30s to about 40 then for the rest of the week, John.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Dave. With snow in the forecast once again, it looks like our taste of spring may be coming to an end for now. CBS 3's meteorologist Peter Kevakowskis caught up with people enjoying the nice weather, or as many here in the Northland call it, full spring before the flakes fall once again.
Tuesday's warm and sunny day had people flocking to get outside before flakes fly Wednesday across the Northland. For the Winan family from the Twin Cities, they said they were thrilled to see the sunshine and warmer temperatures.
Yes, it's wonderful. It's so nice to have the sun shining and be able to go outside.
For Oliver Bees, he's ready for Mother Nature to usher in spring as well as the growing season.
We have this garden going, and we're excited to see what comes up because we planted this all this summer. So we don't know what's going to come up and what's going to survive and what not.
Meanwhile, out on the lake walk, people were getting out and enjoying the nice day. That includes the Paulson family out walking their dogs. They say they're ready for spring, but they remember we live in the Northland.
We want winter to come to end to get the kayaks out. But we know Minnesota, and we're going to get more snow.
And with more snow looming on the horizon, the Piepenbergs say they are escaping just in time to head back to Florida.
Yeah, it'll be good to be back in Florida.
Yeah, we fly out tomorrow afternoon.
As for the rest of us, we'll just need to wait and see what Mother Nature has in store.
And for those looking to get rid of the snow like myself, there's only about 11 days until spring. But as we know, that doesn't mean much here in the Northland. Ahead in sports, springtime football. Superior football returns to the gridiron. Kelly Hinseth will join us next with sports.
Every Thursday through March 25th, it's Kiosk Cash.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Have you been thinking about selling your home? If you've been putting off some of those interior projects, now is the perfect time to start setting goals for yourself before the busy spring selling season. Visit yournorthlandhome.com for a list of ideas on what to organize, clean, or upgrade in order to get the biggest bang for your buck. Ready to sell now? Don't wait till spring. Inventory is still low and homes are selling fast. Call to schedule a private consultation with the JS Realty team.
We pick up the phone because it's ringing. Hello, this is Sam. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Holden Insurance Agency if auto owners make sense for you.
Your aviation career is ready for takeoff. Join us for Lake Superior College's Aviation Open House on Friday, March 19th, 3 to 6 p.m. Tour LSC's Center for Advanced Aviation and learn about exciting programs like Professional Pilot and Aviation Maintenance Technician. RSVP today.
I'm Dr. Zach Lundstrom, and I'm an internal medicine physician here at St. Luke's. An internal medicine doctor really specializes in the complexities that come with having more than one health problem at a time. For every patient, the goal is different, and I think it's really satisfying. It's a very challenging job to do. I'm most passionate about getting to know my patients. I think the better I can understand what's most important to them, it allows me to help give the best recommendation possible for that specific patient.
Has your home or business suffered hail or wind damage? Whether it's time for a total re-roofing or replacement of your fallen shingles, call William K. Construction. Residential or commercial, we'll give you a free inspection and estimate. William K. Construction has been licensed in the Northland for 20 years and has over 30 years of experience in all types of quality roofing services, including installations, modifications, patching, and all types of damage repair. William K. Construction, serving Duluth and the surrounding area. Call us today or visit us online.
Black Bear Casino Resort invites you to find your own pot of gold at the end of the rainbow with Lucky Leprechauns. Saturdays in March from 6 to 9 p.m., 4 Lucky Leprechaun winners will be selected for a chance to win up to $3,000. That's a total of 16 winners each Saturday and $22,250 in cash prizes. Earn entry starting Sunday, February 28th. And for more information, visit blackbearcasinoresort.com. Be a Lucky Leprechaun Saturdays in March and make the Bear your place.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have tickets to the hottest show on the planet. This is the Grammys. Let's go!
It's the one and only Grammys, with performances by BTS, Billie Eilish, Cardi B, Harry Styles, Maren Morris, Megan Thee Stallion, Miranda Lambert, Post Malone, and Taylor Swift. Trevor Noah hosts the Grammys, live Sunday 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on CBS.
Get local vaccine information all at CBS3Duluth.com. Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinseth.
After a long wait for the Wisconsin prep football season, it's finally here for the Superior Spartans. They took the practice field yesterday for the first time at NBC Spartan Sports Complex in a long time. The Spartans elected for the alternative spring football season, just like they did for volleyball this year. The Spartans have their opening game on March 26th at home versus Eau Claire North in Superior. 6 games are on the spring schedule this year for the Spartans, and this is head coach Bob DeMeyer's 15th year as the head coach and 30th overall combined with his years with the Northwestern Tigers.
We're overjoyed just to be back out on the field together. We've been waiting a very long time. Not a traditional off-season by any means, but we did what we could to prepare for this, and everybody's been fantastic in terms of staying connected, and our leaders have been doing a great job teaching the younger kids, and like I said, we're just very excited to be back out here together.
For players, they are happy to no longer just be watching from the sidelines.
It's definitely different, but we're just happy to be out here and have a chance of having a season. It's been tough watching all the other schools around us play, but that just allowed us more time to work on our game and get better. We have quite a few seniors, so we return a lot of depth.
The Spartans play 6 games in total. Their first game is against Eau Claire North at home March 26th at 4 p.m. in Superior. Meanwhile, it is tournament time for the UMD women's hockey team. Almost. The team squeezed its way into the big dance this past weekend. And head coach Maura Kroll faces a familiar foe in the first round of the tourney in Colgate. Kroll enjoyed a rewarding 4-year playing career over there, helping the Raiders to 3 straight ECAC playoff appearances and a spot in the 2000 ECAC championship game. She was also part of Colgate's transition from the Division III level to Division I.
I don't know if you caught it, but during the broadcast, they said the last time they were in an ECAC championship game was at the turn of the century, and I was playing in that one. So that made me feel pretty old. But we've played them a few times. We played them last year and a couple years before that out at the Windjammer Classic. We're familiar with them and excited to play Colgate.
5th-seeded Bulldogs will face 4th-seeded Colgate next Monday, March 15th at 6 p.m. in the NCAA quarterfinals. And the Vikings have officially parted ways with kicker Dan Bailey. The 33-year-old was at risk of falling victim to the team's salary cap this offseason. The Vikings signed kicker Greg Joseph off the Tampa Bay Buccaneers practice squad last month with $1.8 million of Bailey's $2.7 million of 2021 base salary set to become guaranteed on March 19th. The Vikings released the kicker to yield $1.7 million in salary cap savings. The kicker was statistically the worst in the NFL last season, as you can see his statistics from some games in week 13 and 14, with the worst extra point percentage and the second to last field goal percentage. So out with the old and in with the new. But that's going to do it for sports for now. We'll have more here coming up tonight at 10. For now, John, I'll send it back to you at the desk.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Kelly. And tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, St. Louis County's new film incentive program is helping a local film production get their operations up and running. Tonight, we'll hear from members of the production company about what they're working on and how the film incentive program is making their production a reality. And before we go tonight, China and Russia plan to build a joint lunar space station. Both countries signed a memorandum of understanding today. China National Space Administration said in a statement that the nation will use their accumulated experience in space science research and development to jointly develop a roadmap for the construction of an international lunar scientific research station. The statement added that the lunar station will be open to all countries and international partners who are interested. Well, that's pretty cool, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, that is pretty neat, John. Sci-fi has been talking about that for a good 70 years. Interesting to see it really happen.
Well, let's get a real quick look at that weather and we'll head out here.
All right, quick look at the 7-day forecast shows an 80% chance for rain-snow mix Wednesday night into Thursday morning. The North Shore and the Twin Ports and the Ranges may get a few inches.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Dave. That's the news for now. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back here tonight at 10.